Hello, Sula here from MistyHilltops.com. Thanks for stopping by. In this video, I'm working on a traveler's notebook layout that I titled Take a Break, and I'm using the digital scrapbooking kit Wildflower by Kathryn and One Little Bird Designs, and it's an older kit that I have in my stash. I'm also using one of my templates that I create in Silhouette and share as freebie on my blog, MistyHilltops.com. It can be used as a sketch or as a template, and it can easily be resized to turn into a normal 12 by 12 scrapbook layout or any other different size. This is obviously something like an 8 by 8, give or take, layout. So here I'm starting with, and I'm working across 2 pages, so that's always the challenge. I have to line up the pages to make sure they are connected in the right ways, and so I'm working with some paper strips here that go across the 2 pages, and for ease, some of them I already cut apart, but the other ones, they do go across the 2 pages and will have to be cut apart at the end of when I'm done with this layout. But I'm also trying to determine where exactly I should put them, so there's a little bit of fiddling around on this page, but it's not that much of a big deal. So here I'm ready now to start with the second paper strip that goes to the center of the page, and then the other one that finishes this long strip of paper. That just to it works better with the printing if the pieces are smaller, obviously, because then you can put more things on a page, in the sense that you can fill up spaces more easily that are on your paper, rather than if you have big pieces and then there's lots of white space that you have no other space. So it fills up my papers more nicely if I keep my pieces smaller. So for printing purposes, I do like to keep my pieces smaller because it makes it much easier with saving space on. I can fit smaller things in little free spots that are still on the page. So here I am ready to put down the next strip, which is the screen, and then I have these couple of buntings there, or banners, or paper flags, whatever you want to call them. And I should have actually glued them down before I glued down that light blue paper strip. It's always something that I forget which comes first and where do I need to put this. Here with a photo, for once I am remembering that the circle goes underneath the photo there, and I have to make sure I want the circle to be seen. It's just supposed to be partially tucked behind the photo, and then there's this paper strip that will also go and cover up where those 2 circles kind of connect. So there's all of that has to go into the calculations as I put this page together. But now I am ready to put this second smaller circle onto the page, and making sure that again it will be nicely visible still with the photo and everything covering up a lot. It's a larger photo. I think it's a 3 by 3 photo size there I'm using here on this layout. Again, if you want to use the templates as a 12 by 12, you can easily do that and just either use the same size and just put it on a 12 by 12 page, or you can just resize everything. Then I think it would make sense to turn it into probably a 4 by 4 size photo or something. And here I am now tucking in, but fortunately there is mostly enough space underneath that paper strip that I can still put those paper flags underneath there. And then I am using my ruler there to give me the idea where the center of the pages that will be cut apart, because I do not want to cut apart my my photo. I don't want to. Sometimes I do. I don't mind doing that, but for the most part I do try to keep my photos in one, and so I'm making sure with the ruler there that I know where the cut line will be that divides the 2 pages. And then I have these little circles that I just spread around the page, and use that to make my page look really pretty. And then I have all my embellishments. I have mostly created them myself, because the problem with digital scrapbook products is that are meant for digital scrapbooking, they often bring like realistic things, and I don't like to just cut out a photo of something that kind of looks weird, I think, on the page, and so I rather create my own flowers and my own embellishments and all that. So here I have my title that goes right there, and it is cut from just solid color using some of my alpha dyes. And this is what one of the things I do. I print a small strip of paper that has all the that where I pick the same color that is in the kit, because oftentimes, especially with blues and stuff, I don't have the exact same kind of hue in my color cardstock that I have. Most of the time there's just certain colors that you get, and I just can't get my hand on other colored cardstock. So I do like to just print out a little bit of extra just solid colored paper that I use then to, for example, here I also stamped my flowers on the same blue, used it for the other flowers that I die cut. I just see that I try to use as much of that little strip. It's probably like not even like half as wide as that light blue paper strip, and then maybe the same length or maybe a little shorter. It's not even that much paper that I that I use for the solid color that I use on my page, but it gives me enough so that I can get some embellishments from it and often a title with it. So this is one of my tricks that I'm doing when I work with digital papers. Obviously, if you have a normal paper product, that's a different story. You can just use whatever papers you have there to have your embellishments, or probably a lot of times these come in collections and they come with workable embellishments. However, I also often find that when you come with the finished embellishments that come with those collections and kits, they often don't fit the size that I'm scrapping, because I scrap smaller. I scrap as traveler's notebook sizes, or usually 6x6 pages. Well, they would be double pages, so 6x12, but still. And so here I have a few more word strips. These I mostly created just for this page. I do have word strips that I create and share on my blog, mistyhilltops.com, as freebie that go, and some of them, this is a mixture of word strips that I created for this page, and then use some of my travel word strips that I then add to this page as well. So this is pretty much what I do for the embellishment part. There are other flowers and little things that I still use to spread around the page there. So this is just me finishing up the bits of embellishing the page. There's also a little button that might make it onto my page, and it is a die cut button, because I find that using real buttons, I have a whole bunch of them just for scrapbook projects, but I find they make my pages really, really bulky, and then they warp oddly when I put them together in an album. So I do prefer to keep my pages pretty flat, and found that using these die cut buttons and stuff works really well. Here I decided to still, the title still needs a little stamping to finish off the title there, so I will stamp the word "take a break." And because the page is a little far from my face, I wasn't able to get it all the way straight, but that's what I like about making it stamped rather than just printing it out, because I find that the little imperfections make the page endearing. This comes from my days of doing digital scrapbooking a lot, and everything you can kind of line it up all perfectly and all that, so I do like it when it's a little imperfect. Anyway, this is my page done. I have cut it apart now at this point, and I'm now going to leave you with some more close-ups. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Consider subscribing, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.